Welcome to the Cup. It's Labor Day weekend still here. Beautiful New York City. I was like, let me make another video because I had a lot to say in the first video. I didn't want to jam it all in there, make a whole 30-minute video. It's a lot of video to be watching, So I try to cut it up and, have the stories in a decent order of pertinence. So with that said, let's get to our first story of this afternoon edition.
Mad at me because I can finally afford to provide my family with groceries.
Yeah, groceries and $2 million a month in spousal support. Dr. Dre's estranged wife, Nicole Young, is requesting a whole lot of money amid their divorce. According to court docs obtained by ET, Nicole is seeking $1,936,399 per month, people. Oh, and she's also asking for her attorney's fees and costs to be covered, totaling $5 million. ET has reached out to attorneys for Nicole and Dre for comment. ET confirmed in June that Nicole filed for divorce. The two tied the knot in 1996 and recently celebrated their 24th wedding anniversary. According to the docs, Nicole wants the spousal support to begin retroactively from September 1st, so she can continue to enjoy the lifestyle she enjoyed during her marriage.
24 years.
Attorneys for Nicole claim that she is having difficulty paying her bills and that the music mogul, who she says controls all their assets, has been exerting financial control over his ex. How? Well, Nicole's team says Dre's team reviews her bills and then he decides to approve them or not. While the papers state that Nicole doesn't work, her attorneys claim that she played an important role in Dre's career, that she was integral in naming his record label Aftermath, and should be able to continue the lifestyle she had before their divorce. And get this, the documents also go into detail about their lifestyle, and it's luxury AF.
And get this.
We're talking 5 homes in LA,
They
a
rich.
private jet, lavish cars, 12 security guards, 7 housekeepers, a private chef. You get the picture. Anyway, apparently things are getting pretty ugly between Nicole and Dre. She claims he kicked her out of their Brentwood house in the middle of the night in a drunken rage. So she's been living in their Malibu house, except she says he has threatened to sell that home and allegedly texts her to not spend 1 more cent.
Wow.
She also goes into detail about their premarital agreement, which she claims she was forced to sign under extreme duress on their wedding day. Meanwhile, Forbes reports that Dre was worth $800 million as of 2019.
It's an American dream. It's like I said, it's some guys that came from nothing that created something that's just amazing. That's like bigger than life, to be perfectly honest with you.
His fortune is...
All right. Nicole wants a lot of money. I mean, no one says she doesn't deserve any money, but this is extravagant. I never, I don't know honestly, the details of the Paul McCartney settlement, alimony settlement with his wife, but in the most recent time, I haven't seen anything like this one. So laundry, cleaning, $10,000 a month, clothes, $135K, education, tuition, and living expenses. Mind you, all of their children are grown. So she's by herself right now. All right? So I got to talk a little louder because Spanish Papi downstairs, he loud. He right underneath me. So I'm going to talk a little louder. So now look at this. This is $900,000 a month. A month. That's what is that? That was $11 million a year for entertainment, to be entertained. $11 million a year. I know, but this is crazy. So look, this is crazy. $20,000 a month for telephone, cell phone, and email. Yo, this is, listen, what is that? So $2 million a month, 12, 24 a year, 24 times 10, that's 240 million every 10 years. That's almost, and he's worth almost $1 billion, which is 1,000 millions, right? So 240 is about a quarter of that. So, he's still winning, but because he can get half. They say he's supposed to get half. He's still kind of winning, but at the same time, he did sign her. She signed a prenup. In the complaint, she said she was forced to sign it or under stress and the rest, whatever. But that's real, man. Alimony, a little tea on the cup, a little tea in the cup, I should say, right? Dr. Dre and his wife Nicole. And on the flip side of things, here we have Mr. Cam Newton, and his lady and mother of his 4 children, his longtime partner, and it's like the total opposite. She's only asking for $15,000 a month, and she has 4 children. So Cam's not worth as much as Dr. Dre, but Cam's a multimillionaire. He's worth at least $20 million, I'm sure. With those contracts he was getting, he's been in the league for 10 years. He's the MVP of the NFL, a former MVP. All pro quarterback, and there they are. Listen. You roll the dice in this life. Everything we do. I'm not only talking about spouses, and I'm not only talking about men, and losing out to women. Women, running the brick walls too. And listen, Dr. Dre, man, he has a history of having problems with women. So I'm not gonna sit here and cape for him or cape for his bread. I'm just giving a little tea. You could decide what you want. Do you think she should get that bread? Do you think she should get? What do you think she should get, I should say, if you don't think she should get that? And what do you think she is going to get? There it is. What do you think she should get, and what do you think she is going to get? In the comments, please. Thanks. I'm talking about Dre wife, of course. But here we go. Cam's lady, she was noted that she spends $3,000 on groceries, as well as household necessities, $29.66 on their childcare, $660 on clothing, $300 on grooming, $416 entertainment, $416 a month. She says she needs for entertainment for 4 children, but Nicole Young needs $900,000 a month for herself because she wants to maintain the lifestyle she was used to living. We can't even fathom what lifestyles like. I can't. I don't know if anybody watching this video can fathom that lifestyle that Nicole is. It's ridiculous. And meanwhile, on the flip side of things, Cam baby mom, she just needs $2640 for her vehicle to get the kids around, and then all that amounts to what? 15 grand, 15.6 grand. She says she makes $1276 on her own. Damn, she must really rock with Cam. Miss Proctor, she really is a solid lady, man. And they probably still cool. They probably just realized they can't, be together. But Cam should give her more than that, though. Cam should just give her 30 off the string. She want 15, give her 30, bro. Hey, that's real. She a real one, man. He could have ended up with Nicole. And then, of course, we have Mr. Future, who's dodged a paternity, or should I say, a child support bullet. When you look at his baby mom, when she was asking for $53 a year. I'm sorry, a month. A year, shit. A month. She didn't even end up with $53 a year now. $3,200 a month times 12. Yeah, that's like 40 grand. She didn't even get $53 a year. And she asked for it for a month. He lucky too, man. I don't cape for Future either, man. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, he act like he just met her one night and shit went down. Nah, man. He was all flying her out, kicking it with her. That was his boo. As soon as you knock her up, you start acting crazy. Nah, that's not how we playing, bro. That's your children, man. Take care of the children. I know it was a one night stand. I mean, got shit, you know what I mean? But you was rocking with her, man. So, you know what I'm saying? That's how it goes, yo. What's the name? Took your kid from you, Russell Wilson. His kid is yours now. Or should I say your kid is his now? So, yeah, man. That kid rock with Russ hard. Yo, Russ throwing footballs. What, he's 8 years old now? Catching footballs from his MVP stepdaddy. And his dirtbag daddy's over here still knocking up 48 million chicks. He got mad brothers and sisters he ain't need. Good luck, Future. But, man, good luck for Cam. That's a good look for bro. So let's go to the sports. Last night, the Bucks, after being up a bundle and going into the fourth quarter, to get blown out the way they did, and to blow the big, that's a huge game you lose. That game 3, they win game 3, they down 2-1, everybody be like, yeah, they'll be okay, you set up for game 4, but to blow that lead that they blew, and all the niggas did Giannis. Then that fourth quarter, that brutal, awful fourth quarter by the Milwaukee Bucks. Fourth quarter, that might mark the beginning of the end of the Giannis Antetokounmpo era. So, I don't know what to say. They're gonna play tomorrow, 3-0. Nobody comes back from that. So, Do you start getting ready to trade Giannis if you're the Bucks, thinking that he might not come back? Because that's what everyone's saying. You guys hear the rumblings. People saying Giannis not gonna come back. So you gonna let him walk like everyone else lets their free agents walk? Like they let Durant walk, like LeBron walked, and everybody else walk? Or you deal him? Or you're gonna run for a title next year? But can you really win a title with this guy? At least can the Bucks win a title with this guy with the cast that they have? You know, I mean, Giannis is young, man. You hear the rumblings and the rumors about the Warriors. I mean, that possible fit, the possible fit of him going to the team that's kicking his butt right now, Miami Heat, going down there with Pat Riley. But, oh, man, Giannis, tough, man. Tough loss last night to that scrappy lunch pail Heat team with Jimmy Butler. You know, once again, he was phenomenal. You see his numbers again, 37 and 6. You know, he's got Duncan. He's got Tyler. They can shoot the basketball. He's got Bam. He's got Dragic. They've got a lot of guys. They got Olenek. They're playing ball out there. And they're looking like they're going to advance to the Eastern Conference Finals. And, you know, Matty B, and give you props if you see this, Matty. Matty was talking about it for like a week and a half. He said it on episode. You know? Unbelievable. The Bucks traded a superstar player many moons ago before most of us, our time. And that was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You know, they traded him to the Lake Show. That's the last time they had a superstar, you know, in this league. You know, MVP of the league, defensive player. Last time the Bucks had a player like that was Jabbar. You know, and they dealt him in the 70s. So, and then of course, the Rockets game 1. They take that against the Lakers, and that's a big win for them. A lot of people were saying that that, you know, the Lakers, you know, I would take it with a grain of salt until they lose a game 2 and go down 2-0, because, you know, the last 7 times LeBron was in the series, he lost game 1 in a 7-game series. He lost game 1. So he's 1-6 in his last 7-game series. In his last 7-game series. Give me 1 minute, guys. So it's interesting. I wouldn't panic. There's always something to talk about on the net, you know, the Rockets, you know, just a minute ago, everybody was killing Harden. We just talked about that. And like I said, you survive, you advance, and now boom, they right back up on the 8 ball. You know, up 1-0. Tomorrow they're going to have another crack. They can really put the hammer to them. If they beat them, they'll be up 2-0, and then it's going to be a real, you know, it's going to be a real problem for the Lake Show. Confidence is going to be, you know, waning a little bit. You're in the bubble. There's no fans to come pick you up. You got to do it on your own. You got to pick yourself up with the boys. You guys got to do that. So we're going to see what happens tomorrow at those 2 games. Today, in a couple of hours, probably by the time this video loads, those games will be on. The Heat, is it the Heat? I'm sorry, the Heat and Bucks played yesterday. The Celtics will be playing the Raptors again. After that great pass and make shot by Lowry and OG in Toronto, or rather with Toronto in the bubble against the Celtics. And they were able to get away from being down 0-3, and they were able to defeat the Celtics to cut the series down to 2-1, where the Celtics lead. As you go down 3-0, it's curtains. It's curtains. What is the other game? You got Denver and the Clippers. So Denver's gonna need that game. You don't want to go down 2-0. You know, the confidence is gonna start being, you know, lacking. So now I want to move over to another story. You know, we're not gonna. Oh well.
As we head into the Labor Day weekend, the NYPD is preparing new tactics to tackle
Talk
gun
about
violence, shootings,
violence during the holidays and being careful, and you know,
stuff
stuff like that.
CBS 2's Ali Baum explains
Ali.
I'm scared. Very scared for my life.
New York is really turning up.
One of the 5 Brooklyn precincts where gun violence has skyrocketed this summer.
I used to work at night and I stopped. You know, I give up my night job. Because when I come home on the train at night, it's not safe.
Citywide, there was a 166% increase in shooting incidents last month compared to the year before. In anticipation of violence this holiday weekend, the NYPD is adding foot patrols, particularly in central Brooklyn, where more than a quarter of last month's shootings took place.
You'll see them in cars, you'll see them on foot, in uniform, and quite frankly, some members from other divisions may not be in uniform.
Word. You need the plain clothes.
On the nearly $1 billion in police.
You can see these guys coming from far.
City Hall's plan of action is to work closely with local community groups they call violence interruption cuts.
The number one best strategy for making sure people understand how to stay safe is hearing voices from their own community.
One example of this may be Coney Island, where the 60th precinct
Coney
has
Island.
a 36% decrease in shootings this year, an anomaly in southern Brooklyn where there's been a 340% increase.
Gun violence is an illness, so we attack the illness by trying to engage the people that possibly may be involved. We do that through seminars, we go into the schools, but mostly we're in the street.
The Coney Island Anti-Violence Collaboration got state funding last year when the neighborhood was seeing an uptick in shootings. That money helped to expand their counseling and educational programs since.
They gave people a sense of community, a sense of unity, and a sense of healing. So I think that played a role.
We don't know if it's gonna work. We didn't know it was gonna work when we started, but we see now.
Coney Island, man.
That it actually works and it's actually making a difference.
The anti-violence group says it helps that Coney Island is a relatively small neighborhood, so their outreach can be more targeted. This weekend, the NYPD will also have special units out to make gun arrests who will be in uniform but travel in unmarked vehicles. From Coney Island, Brooklyn, Ali Bauman, CBS 2 News.
Ali came to the hood, man, to the place where I grew up at. It's really good to see that. The reason that story was obviously a little close to me, you know, being a Coney Island, growing up in Coney Island for a lot of my youth, and most of my youth, if not all of it. To see that those numbers, everyone's numbers are skyrocketing. Coney Island, of all places, is the one that can set the example of curbing gun violence, and it's like, wow, and I'm very proud of that, very proud of Coney Island. I hope they keep that up. And that'll be great. You know, there's been a lot of shootings, you know, I say that on almost every other episode, and I have to say it because it's hard to look and read and see. People got to speak, people got to say stuff, people got to condemn this, especially in our community. We have to condemn the shootings, just like we give the cops heck. You know, we got to condemn this, yo. These little dudes is out here wilding. They wilding out here, you know, and it's good to see. There was one shooting in CI, I believe, and, you know, there was an unfortunate homicide, you know, and hit close to home to a lot of people, a lot of mutual friends. So one is too many, but still, you know, it's been a really, really tough road in the 11224. And it's a small community, so when that happens, it affects everyone, those shootings. So, with that said, I believe that's all we got. What else we got on here? Yeah, man. So everybody stay safe. Labor Day weekend is here. Don't drink too much. You know, find that way home, that good stuff. You should still get a cup. Still get your cup. You know, I don't know if I'm going to see you in the morning. I'm going to get with Matty. I'm not going to see Matty tomorrow. We're not going to do EPIS tomorrow. So, you know, we should get that to you by Wednesday. I haven't loaded the other one. It should be coming tonight. It's really good. I'm not going to put the whole thing up because me and Matty do the 90-minute podcast. So I'm just going to drop the 30 minutes of the me and Matty show. It's not a video. It's more of a listening in if you're driving or something, because we're not videotaped. It's just going to have the background. But it's real good stuff, real good fodder, real good fun, and real good truth. So until I see you guys, like, share, dislike, everything, comment. I'll see you guys soon on the cup. Later.